Restaurant brawl and shots fired, all caught on camera. Cell phone video shows the moment a fight broke out at a popular restaurant in Raleigh just this morning. It happened here at Big Ed's restaurant off of Falls and Noose Road in Raleigh. 3 people were injured.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I did talk about in the video and was gonna hop right into it. So today we actually will be doing another local story. Say this all the time. North Carolina podcast, really based in Raleigh. So we'll be doing a Raleigh story, and it is of a Mother's Day shooting at Big Ed. So I don't know. I know Big Ed is not a big fast food chain. So Big Ed is basically like a country style breakfast spot. Like if you want some old, like some down south type breakfast cuisine, especially, or like it's based something like that. Like it's based something like that. It's a restaurant for something like that. And it's a restaurant you wouldn't expect to see no shit like this at. But what ends up happening, and I don't know if I put the video in here yet or if I'm putting it after this, but we're gonna see.
This cell phone video shows the Mother's Day chaos unfolding at Big Ed's restaurant. You can see a scuffle and then hear 3 shots fired, followed by screaming and a crowd running toward the door. Amanda Lewis was checking out when it happened.
It was the Big Ed on the Falls of Noose Road too, because it's a couple locations, just for clarification. But 2 people were arrested for the shooting. They arrested a 23-year-old Alexander Barnes, or originally arrested. We'll get to that later. But at first, they arrested 2 people: a 23-year-old Alexander Barnes, 51-year-old Jermaine Mitchell. Barnes is being charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, assault with a deadly weapon within city limits, assault on a female. Mitchell is being charged with assault with deadly weapon with serious injury. 2 people, and then that's the only charge Mitchell got. My bad. I didn't mean to say it like that, but. 2 people were transported to the hospital related to the injuries, and 1 employee was translated to the hospital with a graze wound. So, luckily, nobody was, actually, a graze wound, almost shot, but nobody was actually shot. Nobody is, going to die or, going to have a serious injury from this, so that's a blessing. And obviously, we didn't want that to happen. So, what they are saying happened, and that happened, or accusing them of, besides the actual charges, they're saying it's a video of it, but the video I don't believe is great. You could tell Barnes in the video just because he's like a taller, light-skinned figure, but Barnes threw punches, and they said he fired 3 shots, and then they said Mitchell hit somebody with a chair. So if you wonder how these people know each other, these men share addresses in Wake Forest according to a warrant. We'll get more details on how they knew each other in a couple minutes. Hold on. So and supposedly 2 victims of Barnes, the one of the people that he threw the punches at, share a last name with the man Mitchell hit with the chair. So they're saying Barnes, punched some women and then shot, and then they're saying Mitchell just hit a man with a chair. So that's what they're really being accused and going to jail for. Now, Barnes is, going to probably get in a lot of trouble for this, just because he shot a gun in a. And also, I said city limits, but I also didn't. They didn't put the charge up here, but I wouldn't be surprised because I've seen niggas I know get discharged for shooting inside a dwelling. He was inside the building, so I wasn't surprised if they figure out how to way to get him for shooting inside a dwelling, because they already got him for city limits, so dwelling is probably next. Now, then we find out yesterday that 48-year-old Adrian Thorpe Barnes of Wake Forest, which is the same address. Well, they didn't say it, but they all live in Wake Forest, so I assume it's the same address, both Barnes and Mitchell. And what I assume is that she was dating Mitchell and her son just lived there. That's why I think they all share the same 3 address. She either is really good friends that she lived with the nigga, or she's dating him and their son stay there. So that's how I figure they all know each other. They're accusing his mother of punching 2 women and pulling their hair. She's charged with 2 counts of simple assault and accessory after the fact for helping her son leave the scene after the shooting. So, 2 counts of simple assault is not bad. The issue she's going to have is obviously the accessory after the fact. Let me look up how much time accessory after the fact can get you. After the fact is punished 2 classes lower than the felony the principal committed. Okay, so it basically depending on what he get. If he get whatever he get convicted for, they gotta go 2 classes below. Okay, so it says it's a Class E felony if assault with a deadly weapon is a Class E felony. So, and then it says it can also be charged as a Class C. So she can go from anywhere from a Class E to a misdemeanor for that thing. So she shouldn't. That's not too bad. But I ain't gonna lie, they low key did him a little favor by doing assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill instead of attempted murder. They definitely threw him a favor. But because now I'm looking at like that time is not that bad. Assault with a deadly weapon is 15 to 31 months in prison if it's a Class C, and Class C is up to 231 months. So if it's a Class C, it run you down. Now it can't almost run you 20 years. They did not do him a favor. I'm lying like a motherfucker. But 15 to 30. If he get the Class C, that's what's gonna save him. And then it said the sentence can be extended up to 63 months if there are prior convictions. So if he get a Class C, that's where I'm saying they bailed him out and got lucky at. But yeah, that's really all it is to it. I haven't really, found any other information saying like what was they beef with the people or like what was happening. To me, it looked like them niggas didn't really know them niggas, honestly. It was they just some hot-headed ass niggas. That's what it looked like. Them niggas, I don't know what started the altercation or what happened. Them niggas got into it and, it went left. So I definitely think they didn't know them niggas. It just got on some hot-headed shit. Because I don't know. I think they might have hit some white folks. I'm not going to say they ain't know no white folks. But you feel me? At big ass, as far as the news, it just don't sound likely that these were some niggas who was trying to, shoot back at you. So that's just not what it sound like. But I mean, it's not much to the story. I ain't going to lie. I'm not a fan of these 50-year-old niggas catching charges. And I'm not a fan because, nigga, you too old for this shit. Why? I just feel like if you are the 50-year-old in the room and yeah, maybe this is not your actual son, but this is somebody who is a son, figure to you. You should be the voice of reason in the room. You shouldn't be out there helping niggas hit niggas upside the head and, helping them flee the scene when they shoot. Somebody has to be the voice. When you of that age, you should be the voice of reason somewhere. Because obviously I don't know the altercation. I don't know what they said or who said them, but I would not be surprised if Barnes was the instigator and the agitator of the whole situation and nigga, he's just the one that took it left. I would not be surprised. But somebody got to be the voice of reason. But yeah, that's all it really is to it. Mitchell has a $25,000 bond. Barnes has no bond. He's probably going to jail. It's on video. You have live victims that seen you with their own 2 eyes. The whole restaurant seeing you. Yeah, you're going to jail. But that's all I got to say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we out.